Hello, everybody. What's up? My name is Gallie.
And I am Knight.
And welcome back to
The Great Ace Eternity.
Whatever part this is.
Part a billion. It's a long game, people.
You know, after how long the first case took,
And
it wouldn't surprise
just begun. This is the second case.
We've just begun. We've just begun. We've just begun.
So we should begin. We should begin. We should begin.
9th January, 7:48 a.m. SS Bruya, first class cabin passageway.
Booyah. Boo ha ha. Sorry, I forgot I had the controller.
Whew. Finally out of that cabin.
I
have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting.
You know, putting her on screen always fucks me up when it's him talking.
It's less spacious out here than I thought it would be. This is the most luxurious accommodation?
Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin. Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage.
Really? Must be awful. Uh-oh. Look over there. That's another crewmate keeping watch. And he looks enormous, even if he's sitting down.
The door next to him leads to the second-class accommodations. Also, the steerage is the part of the ship providing accommodations for passengers with the cheapest tickets.
Why is she even here? I know she's an assistant, but it's like...
Yeah, but you see, she's treated second class already because she's a woman, but she's also treated second class because she's not the one, like, she's just an assistant. It's like, oh, she's just a secretary. You know, the person who does so much fucking work. Sorry.
Nah, given the week I've had at Courtesy Bar...
I don't know.
Which is basically a reception area.
Underappreciated work sucks ass. Anyway, I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't.
I suppose. Like people in handcuffs.
Nahodo-san, you look very, like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. I would have thought you'd been used to the ship by now. We've been at sea for 2 weeks already.
You forget that I've been stuck in a closet.
But the thing is...
I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first... He shoved him up his ass. I knew it.
Well, yes, but he does that regularly. There's no difference.
Ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe.
He really
Visiting Narnia! I found all of his lost socks of the dryer.
No, Narnia hasn't been written yet. It was written after World War I sometime. I think the 30s, maybe?
You can't just let me have fun.
Sorry. I just know it because Narnia and Lord of the Rings were both written in response to the experiences they had in the war.
There's crayons on the wall.
That's the ship?
I know.
But, yeah, they look like... Actually, the top one's a pencil crown, the bottom one's a crown, because the bottom one looks like it has the paper wrapped around it more, and whereas this one looks like it's like a pencil because there's an eraser.
Yep.
Sorry.
Please, don't give me that pitying look. Being in his wardrobe was better than being in your accommodations, I'm sure.
Well, that goes without saying, but you didn't have to say it.
You didn't have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Anyways, let's take a look around, see?
That's a huge book on top of the table there. There's a pen next to it.
Yes, that looks like the ship's log.
Shall we have a little look inside? Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow. Fish.
Posh. Okay. Did you watch TV with Reading Rainbow stuff?
That tasted like dinner.
Well, that's
First
good.
of all,
That's the
I
last thing
can't-
you ate.
I can't remember if I read the Reading Rainbow books. I did watch the Rainbow Fish TV show.
You mean... What the heck? I am sorry.
Sneeze that way!
I didn't want to sneeze on our snacks.
So you want to sneeze on me instead?
Well, I couldn't go behind me because of the earphone.
You called the dog.
I think he was coming to my rescue. Also, I'm sorry for that. I'll probably have to mute that or something. My sneezes are dad sneezes.
When you're tumbling down and your spirits fall.
The writing is so neat and precise. Every detail about the voyage has been miraculously recorded. Also, meticulously. Also, wasn't the rainbow fish about a fish that was rainbow colored and everyone wanted his scales and it was somehow his fault he wasn't sharing even though it was literally part of his body?
Face off. You wouldn't expect a rough and ready sailor to have such a beautiful handwriting.
And I'm only
So
asking
gorgeous.
because I never experienced reading Rainbow until I was like a teenager when everyone was quoting it, so I was confused for a while. I did not have cable though.
Da, 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 da.
Or was a
And
reader.
nothing. No reaction at all. I thought he might appreciate the compliment.
Well, to be fair, I doubt he actually understands what you're saying considering he's German and you're most likely speaking Japanese at this point.
Russian! They are Russian, Muffin!
Alright, I'm sorry. That actually makes more sense because Germany doesn't really have the waterways compared.
Oh my god!
It's been like a month and a half. Sue me. At least it's in Europe-ish Asia. Eurasia. Because technically, Europe and Asia are the same continent.
Keep going.
Keep going about this or the game? I'm sorry. The look you give me. I'm not sure that rough and ready is much of a compliment, Naruto-san, even to a sailor. Anyways, last night's log is mostly blank. Presumably that means there was nothing to report. No, they write in things even if there isn't. They're like, hey, clear sailing. You know? Ah, the dog and the cat are playing.
Playing. Mm-hmm.
It is playing. They literally beat the shit out of each other for fun. Because if they weren't, there would be blood.
No, you're supposed to say, there will be blood.
Also, half the time they're both laying on the ground just batting each other's faces. Sometimes the cat's paw gets stuck in his fur because he has really curly fur on his ears.
Yes, I know, he's a very pretty lady.
He's the same type of dog as Lady from Lady and the Tramp, if anyone's wondering.
They've seen pictures of him.
Yeah, but it... Okay. Doesn't mean everyone watches everything we put out.
Excuse me, but could I ask you something? Yeah, you little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it?
Alright, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask you something of you?
You little third-class ladies' maid. Ouch.
Oh.
You seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I'm not sailor. My mother gave me name. This isn't Kermit. I am Senior Crewman Biff Stroganoff. Bit stroging?
No, it's a beef stroganoff, the food. Don't go dirty. It's already delicious.
I already stepped in shit today.
That's your problem.
Not really. Whew. The best thing is just to avoid eye contact, I think. Last...
Sorry.
You don't even wait.
Let's start with this. You can ask both.
Mr. Stroganoff, about this first-class cabin area.
Stop
Stop drinking the pop if you're gonna keep bopping.
Here we are in finest part of Bruya steamship. Very important persons. What sort of very important persons?
I love how his thing on his...
Government officials, kings and queens, traveling in secret, many important persons. That is why I am always guarding this place. That's amazing. You also look like you took a tire iron to the face. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean. But Stroganoff is not animal. It's made from an animal.
His eye thing looks like a fish.
Reading rainbow.
It is the color it would be if you peeled off all the scales.
Thank you.
We are not very on track today. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied?
I don't know what this is. Eh?
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It sounded like da. I think it's probably Russian for yes or no.
Genius.
At least I kind of know what it is, unlike you.
'Tis not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Shit. Well, it sounds like there is somebody in the next door cabin after all.
Yes, it's tantalizing. Now we do your jobs.
Are you on watch here all the time, Stroganov? Da, all time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out.
I wonder, could you tell us anything about last night at all?
Why do all of us look like we have some form of jaundice? It is sad about the student boy. I've turned into Swedish.
They look yellowish to you?
The eyes.
I think that's just the screen.
You say so.
No, because we brought it up before. This one doesn't look as bad as that screen. His,
He still looks like he got a tire iron across the face.
oh yeah, that's supposed to be there.
I'm gonna call you Krauser.
His name is Beef Stroganoff. Give him name, he says. He already complained about being called something else. But no, the TV, I have a really cheap ass TV, so the color's off half the time.
Were you on watch last night as well? Don't fiddle with that right now. Of course. Of course! And did you notice anything at all at the time? Anything unusual? Hurt!
Hit, I think it is.
Susato-san, did you understand that?
It was clearly a no.
I saw nothing unusual. Nothing at all.
Why do you keep changing his voice?
And you didn't hear anything strange? Or sense anything was wrong in some way? I said no! You also have the face of somebody who looks very guilty. Sorry! Not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. Passenger in the next door cabin. Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylet? Rylet?
No, how's it Rylet? It's Roylot. Like toilet. Roylot.
He is a very important Western gentleman. A Western gentleman. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylett is authentic Western gentleman. Such a man would have no interest in lowly students from insignificant Far East islands. 'Cause everybody's racist!
Woo! The past was the worst.
What do you mean the past? It's still going. That was harsh.
Oh, yes, but it was even worse then. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylett came aboard?
That is none your business. Come to think of it. Even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Kazuma's cabin the entire time, never once heard anything from the next door cabin. Or even felt like there was anyone there.
Well, presumably, since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right?
That is not none your business.
None of business.
This is enough. I cannot say more now, but you can later.
Yeah, probably.
It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, alright. Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain, or as the English say, when the pigs fly. Yes, I understand. Where's Sebastian? You'll throw him on a mountain.
He's a crab!
Yes, I know, but do you know how many people...
I know, so many people think he's lobster. He always been crab. He has the boop 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 in the legs that go did. He don't got no long body.
It's the neck.
Yeah, I know, it's weird they gave a fucking crab a head, but he's still a crab. Good, now we can investigate this area properly, shall we?
Definitely.
Bum, 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 ba-dum.
What was he sitting on?
A stool.
This looks like a plan of the SS Bria. Shows each deck. Look.
The Buria is a large-scale museum ship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering!
Well, it's been playing on my mind for a while now, actually, but... how is such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Ask the Titanic!
Well, to be fair, that one got punctured. Oh, it's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san.
Is it?
Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. The islands of Japan. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's you.
The islands of Japan?
Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah, but that's because if Subnautica has taught us anything, there's like little bubble guys that sit on the underside of the island and just keep it floating.
Yeah, I can't look at the stool, but I can look at
You raise me up!
This is the way to the second-class area of the ship.
Truthfully, it has to do with buoyancy and shit, but you know.
Is something wrong?
I was thinking about making a run for it. Just for a moment. Things aren't exactly going well for me.
I might be wrong, but I imagine the moment you reach for the handle of the door, that burly seaman would surely shoot you dead.
That's why I said it was just for a moment.
Oh dear, I'm sorry. Perhaps I went a little too far there.
No. I started with it. I started it with my talking of running away. There's no way I could run away while Kasuma's death remains a mystery anyway. Can you walk on water?
Well,
This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one with the ventilator connects to.
yes, the ventilator from which Kazuma-sama wrote that he saw a speckled man emerging.
Nah. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask.
No answer. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one here to help us with our inquiries.
How annoying. That they spelled inquiries wrong.
You forget they're using, like, English old-fashioned writing style, right? There we go. That's the button I was looking for.
What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing shape, isn't it?
That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it.
Oh, an alarm.
It says press only when times of emergency. Looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship and brings the vessel to a complete stop.
Oh. This I have to see.
What are you doing now, Hato-san? You mustn't touch it.
But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. They have no fluff on them at
You
all.
know full well that that's not what the alarm is for. Get your kings elsewhere.
I can't, he's dead!
If you were bringing this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be even worse situation.
I wish everything would just stop. The ship included.
Your ship already did stop. It's dead on the floor.
Like the dinosaur?
Mm-hmm. If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect everyone else.
Ah! Oh. What was that? It came from inside the cabin.
We'll figure out what it was next time. Oh, my phone just went off, so next time!
This has been Gally.
This is the night.
See y'all next time.
Bye-bye, everybody!